Howdy, folks. So, a few things to discuss. First, we'll start with the fact that apparently I'm single. It appears that Sylvia is split with me. She hasn't said anything to me, but she claims to be single now, so there's that. I would like if any of my neighbors who are watching this would go and help keep an eye on my property. There's still thieves in the area, and I want to make sure that my shit isn't broken into and nothing is stolen and missing, that my house isn't trashed and whatnot. So if people that live in the area, that any of my neighbors that may watch this would, I'd appreciate it if you could check on my property for me periodically. If I could find somebody to property sit and go out there and stay for a while, then that would be really awesome. But I don't know if I'm going to find anybody who wants to stay out there and property sit for me. But anyhow, so there we are. We got that. That's a thing that happened. And we'll leave it at that. Next on the agenda is these freaking fuel prices. It's outrageous. I was planning on going home this weekend, but fuel prices are just too high. I can't do it. It's just under $5 a gallon. That's crazy. It's going to be like over 50 cents a mile to go home and come back. That's just craziness to me. So, moving past that, I had a bigger rant planned for that, but that was a few days ago. At this point now, I'm not too worried about it. I'm irritated, but I'm not too worried about it. So, for the main subject of this video, is discussing some of the wildlife that you'll run into. I could go over all of Arizona, but I'm not going to go over all of Arizona because different areas are going to have different kinds of animals. So we'll just go over the area that I live in. That's where people are most likely going to want to know. There's quite a good diversity of animals. As far as bugs go, there's bees. There's some stink beetles and some other kind of black and red beetle I've seen. It was really weird. Last year I saw a little white furry ant-looking thing and a little red furry ant-looking thing. I don't know what they were. They're really, really cool looking. But I don't really know what they are exactly. There's quite a few ants, but they're only in certain areas. They're not all over the property, only in certain areas. A lot of freaking flies. Flies are everywhere. It's just nuts how many flies there are. And then at nighttime, there can be flying ants, which you don't ever see them during the day. It's also weird. When monsoons hit, you'll hear the croaking, everything from frogs. There's crickets, grasshoppers, all that. There's spiders. There are little spiders. There's tarantulas. There's scorpions everywhere. If you go out at night, walking around my property with black light, you'll see scorpions everywhere. They're all over, and they're mostly under trees is where they'll be coming out of. I'm sure you'll find them in buildings too eventually, once they've been established for a while. There's lizards everywhere. Little lizards, fence lizards, skinks. I'm sure there's collared lizards. Probably alligator lizards. There's lizards, all kinds of lizards everywhere. Which is cool because they eat the bugs. And I hate bugs. So that's a bonus. Moving up from there, there's snakes. The only snakes that I've seen in the area have been prairie rattlers and gopher snakes. There are other species of snakes in the county. Some could be found in my area, but I haven't seen them. I haven't heard of anybody seeing them. I have seen some kind of a garter snake though. It was dead on the road, and I'm not real sure what kind it was. I could probably check and see, but obviously they're pretty harmless. The prairie rattlesnakes have a greenish color to them. People mistake them up there for Mojave greens. They're not. There are no Mojave rattlesnakes there at all. It is too far east and too high in elevation for the Mojaves, so it is out of their range. They are not there. People just see the green in the prairie rattlesnake and they assume that they have to be Mojave greens, and they're not. The prairie rattlesnake's got the largest range of any rattlesnake. They go all the way up into Canada, all the way down to Mexico, all across Arizona, New Mexico, Texas, Oklahoma. They're in most of the Midwest. The range is huge, so you'll find them that look different. They're going to have different colors and variations depending on where they live, their habitat. But they are prairie rattlesnakes, and they are the same species. And gopher snakes, I've seen a lot of gopher snakes. I love the gopher snakes. We have pack rats, and so I collect gopher snakes and put them on the property. So hopefully they'll help keep the pack rat population down. I believe there's also prairie dogs out there, certain kind of prairie dog. And gophers, I haven't seen them, but I believe they're there. I have seen a squirrel. I've heard it's possible there's ringtail cats there. I've seen a badger. I know there's coyotes, foxes, and wolves. I've seen all of them. I haven't seen a bear, but a lot of my neighbors have seen a bear. We have a local bear. I've not seen mountain lions, but I've heard that they're in the area. And bobcats, of course. Bobcats are all over the place. That's pretty common. And then we have antelope, the pronghorn antelope. We have elk. I've heard that there's deer there, but again, I have not seen any deer. Lots of different species of birds. I couldn't begin to tell you all the species of birds. The only ones that I've seen hummingbirds. They're the only ones that I can definitively tell you. I think I've seen blue scrub jays, but I'm not sure if I've seen them there or not. There's another really neat gray bird there that I've seen. They look kind of like a cardinal, with the little tufted feathers on the back of their head, but they're smaller and they're solid gray. They're pretty neat. But I like gray animals, so go figure. Let's see. I've not seen any big predatory birds, raptors, or anything. I've heard owls. I'm trying to think of other things that could be there. It's in the range, but I'm not really sure of any more off the top of my head. So that's a rundown of what you're going to find there. The wildlife is pretty abundant. It's very, very open land. It's very wilderness raw. So there's going to be a lot of wildlife there. And it is pretty neat to see. But if you're driving down the road at 11 o'clock at night and you come around this curve and your headlights are shining on a big buck elk, that can be a little intimidating. It's definitely not not a fun experience, jamming your brakes and swerving and hoping that they jump out of the way. And those big elk, man, they'll sit there sometimes and just prance across the road like they're daring you to hit them, just waiting for it, just see if you're gonna do it or not. And you don't want to do it because, well, it'll destroy your vehicle. I mean, you may get some meat, but it's going to destroy your vehicle in the process. It's definitely not worth it. The price to fix your vehicle as opposed to what you'd save on meat, it's not worth it. But hell, with the rising prices of everything, it could be worth it soon. And I think that's pretty much it, really. Of course, you got humans out there. And like I've said, there's people out there that are going to people's property and stealing from them, intimidating them. Apparently, there's an older gentleman lived out there who about a week and a half ago was beat really bad and taken to the hospital. And I just found out tonight that he passed away down in Phoenix in a hospital. And it's believed that the same people involved in the theft and whatnot are the ones who did it. So I don't know. People are apparently don't want to press charges, but I don't really know everybody's business and why they do or don't, or if they even do or not. I don't really know. But people know what they look like, and the community out there is pretty strong. They're pretty ready to back each other up and help protect each other. So if they're still out there doing it, they will get found. They will get caught. Or they're going to go on the wrong person's property and think no one's home, and they're going to end up getting shot. That's another likely situation. I don't know what they're thinking. Again, that's all. Well, okay, I forgot rabbits. We got rabbits. We got jackrabbits, and we got the little cottontails. I forgot about them. And I'm sure there's stuff out there that I haven't seen. I haven't thought about being there. I didn't even think about there being badgers until I saw one. I'm like, oh, well, yeah, I guess that makes sense. There would be badgers here. I just never thought about it. There are porcupines there, too. Sorry. I just remembered there's porcupines. Again, I haven't seen them, but my neighbors have. My neighbors had a dog get pretty messed up from porcupines, so there are definitely porcupines there. Past that, there are places that's got some petroglyphs, some good native stuff. You can find artifacts out there. I've got a lot of shells that I've found. Some really neat things. So anyhow, that's the update. Like I said, if anybody that lives out that way would be interested in going and keeping an eye on my property for me, check it up, check on it every now and then, I'd appreciate it. If anybody out there is wanting to move out and homestead in the area, then we could probably discuss something where they stay on the property for a while. But I don't know. We'll see. Not too sure I want to get into doing that yet. However, I am seriously going to consider doing an Airbnb, so that could be something for the future to think about. I don't know. I'm still waiting on people's thoughts for that. Anyhow, y'all have a great night. Love you. Be safe. Take care of yourself. Please like, subscribe, share this with other people. Get some more subscribers. Remember, I've got a video for competition going. Once I hit enough subscribers that I can monetize this channel, I will be giving away $100 to someone who has commented on that video and they've subscribed. They have to subscribe. So, again, take care, be safe. Love y'all. Bye.